Ex-boyfriend of 6 years. Love him. Really good guy. The last year of our relationship, I started cheating on him with a guy in LA. And that guy was the one who told me break with your boyfriend, move to LA.
You can be anything but boring. Describe. Let's talk about it.
Ex-boyfriend of 6 years. Love him. Really good guy. The last year of our relationship, I started cheating on him with a guy in LA. And that guy was the one who told me break with your boyfriend, move to LA.
Was he cheating on you too, or?
He's a good boy.
Why did you cheat on your 6-year relationship?
I was so bored and so young, and just like, when you're that young, it's like you don't know what you want in life, and like in the moment it seems like a good setup and you think you're happy and content, and then you reach like 2021 and you're like, oh fuck, like I have a lot of life to live, and like I didn't want to stay in Nevada. And then I met this guy who was like my dream guy, who was like so fucking hot. And like my ex-boyfriend of 6 years, we stopped having sex. Like I wasn't sexually attracted to him. It was just like we were so comfortable and like family and like roommates at that point. But like just there was no sexual romantic aspect to it. So then I met that guy.
You could have broke up with him, right? You could have broke up with him. Instead of saying, I'm so bored in this, so I just monkey branch into the next thing. Listen, it's simple, right? And the takeaway from this isn't to sort of dogpile on her and her decision making. It's to sort of open a lot of our eyes and realize that women make the same decisions like men. They can rationalize their behavior where it seems like what I'm saying is fine, it's okay because these reasons. I did a bad thing in service of a greater good, therefore it's fine. And who really cares if you got hurt in the process? The ability to segment part of this rationale is maybe a survival thing, maybe it makes sense, but it's a human thing, right? So in essence, take them off the pedestal, right? Take them off the pedestal. This is where you can always appreciate when you hear real stories about people and their decision makers, and sometimes how men get left in the wayside. When they talk about, yeah, I left him, we were together for 6 years, but you know, I realized I had a lot of life to live. You will probably always have a lot of life to live. It's a matter of perspective, right? Outside of you being in your deathbed, that's when people really get serious about their time. But the rationale is very easy, and it's something that we hear very frequently. You're trying to figure out who you are. You don't have to be 21 or 18 to hear that from women when it's time for them to make a life change and decide, well, you no longer fit in this sort of lifestyle that I've put together. Before we continue, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss no uploads. We're on that quest of 5,000 subscribers, and then, you know, admittedly, past that. But it's a new channel, so we're trying to do what we can do. So subscriptions help, your likes, comments, so, you know, subscriptions, all that matters. All that matters. So hype the video, share the video. We got some merch in the store. Also, we have exclusive videos on the channel membership. That's one of the best ways you can help support the channel, and I really, really, absolutely appreciate that. So, to the rationale, because again, we're using this as a stepping stone to highlight how often you will hear this from people. I'm trying to figure out who I am. You don't have to be 20. You can be 35. You can be 40. You can find reason to end your marriage, just like a 6-year relationship. When you were young, you can find, and you hear women using this language to say why this relationship is over, why I got rid of, or I left this family unit that I helped create. I left it behind. I was bored. I was finding myself. I didn't know who I was. I came across a video of a younger woman. She was 32 years old, 3 kids. And she's saying that she divorced her husband because she doesn't know who she is. She never realized who she was. And that's fine. We're not here to tell people you shouldn't be taking the necessary journeys to find your place in life. We're just saying, be careful of what ends up being who you leave in your wake. There's a lot of men, there's a lot of good people, there's a lot of good women that because you suddenly decided you wanted to take a sudden turn, that they have to pay the price for that they actually are left with the majority of the price. Now, when we look at this specifically when it comes down to marriages, the way the courts and the family court system is set up is that it's heavily skewed towards awarding the women, you know, rights to the kids or primary custody to the kids. So that leaves you with the burden of no longer having the activities, no longer being there for the kids. You don't see them in the morning, you don't see them at night. You are regulated to a, you know, Sunday or every other weekend dad, all because she's trying to find herself. Now, The other part, the insidious part behind that rationale, is that it's rationale. You were already checked out of the relationship. Instead of trying to find a way to make the thing work, you found your exit. And the exit's always going to look golden. It's always going to look good in those times when you just want out. Okay, you're young and unencumbered. He'll recover, maybe, probably, hopefully. There's no telling what type of man he became after that experience. But when we take this further on to when you get older and you're in your 30s, in your 40s with a family, and you decide you want to use this as rationale because there's some other man that you came across that you're really attracted to, and decide that's who you want to be with, what happens? What happens to those men that left over? What happens to the families that were torn asunder because you decided that you needed to try something else? Now we got to make sure we're talking this as genderless. Men do the same thing for different reasons, but the same thing, the same rationale exists. But we don't tend to highlight these men on this channel because we already know that name is besmirched. It's in the dirt. You look at men, you say, you're all dogs, you all cheat. There's enough of that. You get that. What we should be doing realistically is playing in the mud together. Is smearing a little bit of dirt on each other and saying, yeah, you do that too. And the trauma and the hurt afterwards is no less important. You can live the type of life that you want to lead. Absolutely. But you need to be cognizant of those that get caught up in your terrible decisions or your justified decisions. The ones that are left behind to clean up the mess or to clean up their broken hearts and say, hey, we were together for 6 years and then you were cheating on me for the last year of it, or we didn't have sex for the last year of it. Why? When we praise women for being the more communicative of the group, of the human species, yet you see some of these conversations get avoided. Well, a man is supposed to know. He's supposed to understand, this is what I want. Why should I have to teach a man how to love me specifically? Or we stopped doing X, Y, and Z, but you've never brokered the conversation. You affect someone else when you're in a relationship with them, right? That's the relation part. You're close enough to relate. But when you get to make unilateral decisions that end a relationship, and I'm saying that you shouldn't. Let's be clear. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but you need to be able to take some sort of responsibility for that hurt that's left over. You want to end your marriage? Cool. You shouldn't materially benefit from the breaking up of the marriage. You should understand that this is my decision. It may be a selfish one, but it is still my decision. I don't intend to be in a place where I'm unhappy. Did you do everything you could to fix this marriage? Did you ever do everything you could to fix the relationship? Or do we suddenly just kind of find ourselves in society that says, well, if you're not completely, ultimately happy all the time, leave. That works until you get at a certain age, when you get of a certain character, and then no longer do people want to deal with you. They simply say, okay, I get it. Right? Okay, I get it. This is who you are. And then when you're met with that same sort of tactic, when you're met with that sort of rationalization on their part why they don't take you seriously. And like we said on a previous video, it's not just you that pays that price. It's people that look like you, sound like you, move like you. When men in general saying, this is why we don't take you seriously, this is why we don't take our relation with you as serious as we once would, or we once did, it's because we see stuff like this. I just love that, a lot more women are brave enough or, self-deluded enough to put it on the internet for us to have examples to say it does happen. It happens readily. I got bored. So I was out. If you disagree, let me know down in the comments below. If you see other videos on the screen, check those out. Let me know your thoughts about those and those videos. And of course, if you're listening to sound my voice now, you have not subscribed, I think you should. You're trying to build something dope. I'll see you in the next one.